Hello to all my blessed and beautiful people. I am Brittany and I am back with another video. And this week the video is all about loving who you see in the mirror as well as giving yourself some grace. So I hope that this video encourages you. But before I get into it, I always got to ask, how you doing today? Are you blessed? Are you doing well? Or is it one of them not so good days? Because we all have them. And I just want to encourage you that even if it's a not so good day, pray. God can turn that thing around, and prayer does change things. It has been a minute since I have posted like a longer form video, and I told myself, you know what, I'm gonna start being more consistent with posting the longer form videos. And I said that I was gonna start posting the longer form videos like every Saturday. And then of course I'll do the shorts throughout the week. Just the encouraging words as well as honest moments with Brittany, embracing the new you. Embracing the true you, I'm sorry, because it ain't new. You just actually embracing who God created you to be. And with that said, that is what my channel is all about. Just to love on, teaching people just to love on themselves, to embrace the true them, to, as we're transforming into who God has created us to be, being okay with the little quirks and the little things that we look at as flaws and we look at as, quirks and things like, ooh, that makes me a little weird. It's okay. God put that in you for a reason, and he's going to use it for his glory. I promise that. But you got to accept those parts of you. That's what I'm learning is as you accept those parts of you, God will use it for his glory. So I just want to encourage you as I'm learning to just embrace who I am and who God created me to be. I just got to encourage my blessed and beautiful people as well, just to be okay with who God created you to be. Of course, you want to be healthy. You can always evolve and change things about yourself, but the core of who you are, that ain't really going to change. We're always going to grow and be better, but you have to be okay with you. So I always just encourage you to love yourself. And there are so many things in the world that are discouraging, that are, can drain your spirit, that can make you feel bad about yourself. So I just want my little corner of YouTube to be an encouraging place for all of my blessed and beautiful people. So like I said, I just want to encourage you. This video is all about encouragement. Just loving who you see in the mirror, because we are all made in God's image. No matter what you look like, no matter your race, no matter, anything that makes you different, no matter, anything, no matter anything, we're made in God's image, and you are wonderfully and beautifully made. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. So love the person that you see in the mirror. And I have to be honest, it took me a long time to get here, because you want to, comparison is something that we all do as humans. And I feel like, as you compare yourself to other people, it's almost like you telling God, like, you know what, God, I like what you did over there, but what you did over here is not quite good enough. So I really am just at the point in my life where comparing out the window. You cannot compare yourself to anybody else. Embrace who God made you, uniquely you, authentically you. Embrace that person. And the more you start to embrace it, the more you're going to start to love it, the more you're going to find out more about you, the things that you love, the things that you enjoy. And you're not over there so focused on what everybody else got going on. I think about like when I was younger, like a teenager, and when, I'm a millennial. So, when like, reality TV was really just popping off and became popular. And I remember being in all the shows, enjoying watching everybody's life and everything that they had going on, and just being all into, what everybody had going on. But then I'm like, now that I'm grown, I'm just like, I don't even have time for that. Not that I don't care about you and what you got going on. I'm gonna pray for you, but I can't be so focused on you that I don't make myself a focus, that I'm growing, I've even done that like in relationships. where I'm like so focused on the person, and it's just like you lose yourself. So that was just a horrible way to date, to be in a relationship with somebody where you lose yourself. You're so into what they're doing, what they got going on, that you cannot even focus on you. So if any of that makes sense to you, if you've experienced any of that to a degree where you've been so focused on others that you haven't made yourself a priority, this is your wake-up call. Start focusing on you. Start making you a priority. And that's even for people that have families and kids and everything. You have to be the best you. You know, you have to make sure that think about, like, they always make that, they always, tell you about when you're on the plane to put your mask on first before you can tend to anybody else. It's the same principle here. You have to make sure that you're spending time pouring into yourself, giving yourself some, I love affirmations. I love to read God's word and to declare and decree things over my life. Just to pray and just spend time with God and pour back into you. You have to come up with the formula, whatever works for you, to pour back into you. That is a must. So if you haven't been doing that, shame on you, but it's okay. It's all about forgiveness and love over here. Make sure you start to pour back into you. What are you doing for self-care? What are you doing, just when you have a moment to yourself, whether if you're like a really busy mom or you're really busy in your career, just steal away for just a few minutes and pour back into you. One thing that I do, like I said, I have affirmations like on my mirror. So when you're brushing your teeth, when you're washing your face, when you're washing your hands after you use the restroom, you can just have them and you can see them, and you can always go back and focus and just give yourself a little word. I do the same thing with Bible verses in my home. Like I have Bible verses all around, and I used to share some, and maybe I need to go back to that, to share a verse of the week, where you could just have Bible verses on, just places that you visit. I have it on the back of my front door, so when you open up the door, you can see the Bible verse. Have it in my mirror, like when you first wake up, and you just have all those prayers and Bible verses. You just have to do something where you are pouring back into you. That is super, super important, because you gotta pour back into you. And that's the ultimate. I think as you pour back into you, you start to see your value. You start to see the growth that's taking place. You start to see how God is transforming your life and how it becomes better. I also shared recently that I used to pray Lord, I just want to be the best version of me. But what I'm realizing is, I don't want to be the best version of me. I want to be a more godly version of me. I want to be a representation of Jesus. So, Lord, help me to be more like Christ is what I say now. Like, I just want to be more like Christ. I just want to make sure that God can use me for his glory. And I know I was staying so focused on everything that everybody was doing, what the celebrities got going on, all the people, and you don't focus on yourself. You lack that focus on you. But when you become focused on you, when you start loving who you see in the mirror, you don't have time. I don't have the time of day to be worried about this person, that person, what they got going on, and who's with this person, and what they do. I ain't got time for none of that. None of that. It's not even of interest to me anymore. So the Lord will shift your priorities. He'll shift the things that you enjoy. He will shift that completely, because baby, I can't even tell you the last time. I don't even watch TV like that. I can't tell you what's going on with nobody. And I just think, once you start to pour back into you and make yourself a priority, the people in your life and the things that you got going on, you spend your energy on that. You don't have time to worry about nothing else. You're focused on your growth. You're focused on your what you got going on. You ain't got time for none of that other stuff. So I also just want to encourage you to give yourself some grace. If things are not panning out the way you thought they would, just know that God has a better plan, okay? Don't be so hard on yourself. But then also, say you started out real good in the beginning of the year and you had these goals that you wanted to achieve and have going on, and then somehow life just be life, and things kick in, and you just kind of like, ooh, what about my goals? What about this? What about that? Give yourself some grace. The first quarter may have come to an end of this year, but you still have quarter 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so instead of focusing so hard on, okay, I didn't do what I wanted to do in January, February, March, now that we're in April, make that shift and let's get to them goals. Okay, let's not waste any more time. And as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. So I hope that encourages you today. It's all about loving who you see in the mirror, pouring some love back into you, as well as giving yourself some grace. I just want to leave that with you, and I hope that encourages you this week. I hope that encourages you to do that. Love on you. Give yourself some grace. And to just know, God got you. It's all going to work out for your good, okay? So remember to love on you like only you can love on you. And like I always say, the only person that can love you better is Jesus Christ himself. Have an amazing week. And I'm going to see you back on next Saturday, okay? Because I'm working on being consistent and disciplined. All right? Hold me to it. Have a blessed day.